8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
International superstar, Miss Butter B. Rocker.
You are now tuned in to Butter B Rocker on Transparency Talks Podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Transparency Talks Podcast. I am your girl, Buttery Rocker. Listen, we have an amazing show for you today. I'm actually very excited for this young lady. She's a beautiful soul. She's doing everything in the industry. She is a leading actor, a producer, a creator, a celebrity host. She's a singer. So, I'm just like, she's everything. Can you guys please show some love to Jacqueline Hilton?
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And your intro, Queen, is fabulous. I was sitting here watching. I was like, oh.
Thank you. You're wearing my favorite color. Yellow just brightens up everybody's day. When you see yellow, you can't help but smile.
Yes. And I'm a big energy person. So I was looking, I was like light blue, yellow, because blue does that for me too. And like emerald green. Mm-hmm. So the yellow just made me like, oh, I'm back in Miami. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling it. You look very beautiful. So I like to dive right on in. Can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yes, definitely. I've been in this business for about 31 years. I'm from Miami. Whoop, whoop. The 305 area, and I moved to Los Angeles to pursue my acting career, started getting my training out there and everything. And then once I trained out there, I started working out there. So then I moved here. I was there for 10 years and I moved to Georgia. I've been here about 16 years now. So I do produce, as you said. I will get into my latest project. That's dealing with some personal issues of mine, as well as some of you women out there. And it's going to be a great conversation about that as well.
Wonderful. Okay. So from Miami, moved to moved to LA to pursue acting. I am assuming when you said training and everything, you started off with getting lessons and everything?
Yeah, I trained with Bill Dukes. Mr. Bill Dukes Epiphany Theater Company in LA, where all of us that you see, everybody on TV, that everybody went to Bill Dukes. And then I trained, after I left Bill Dukes, I went to Kim Phil's mom, Chip Phil's Herd, and I trained with her for a while in her acting class out there. And then I just started doing different things like CBS Radford Studio, different studios, and things like that. And then I started actually writing and producing, more producing than writing, but was forced to write my own, joined the Screen Actors Guild because I wanted to get paid for my work. And this is my job. So just like anyone going to school for a doctor, lawyer, whatever, this was my job. This is my career. So I joined the union so I could have the insurance from the Screen Actors Guild and all that stuff. And then my pay would go up tremendously.
It's really cool that you just talked about how this is your job, because a lot of people, well, I'm not going to say all, but a lot of people may assume that, they don't see this as a job.
Yeah.
They see this as just a hobby, or this is just something that you're doing, but you have another job, and you're like, no, this is what I do. This is how I get paid. I actually create. I actually do produce. I actually do write. I am actually an actor for real.
Yeah.
How important do you think it is to join the unions?
Well, asking me, a lot of people, I don't know, but asking me because I am union. So when you ask a union actor, of course we're going to say yes, because the way we think is different than someone that doesn't want to join the union thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I think it's important is because I needed a steady check. And even if I did background commercials, I could still come home with a couple of thousand a day.
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm in that struggle, that hustle, and I'm not booking on the regular, if I wanted to do some background, because we don't promote background, unfortunately.
Right.
But when we're doing background in a commercial, it's just been looked at differently from my experience in the 31 years I've been in the business.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get doing that and you bringing home thousands a day just for doing background, and then you got a really good chance of getting bumped up in a commercial. If you're seen for like 3 seconds or something like that, 30 seconds, I don't remember. But if you're seen for a certain amount of seconds and your friend call you and say, oh, I just saw you, you didn't do nothing, you were just background. Once you're noticed, you get principal rate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So why not? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
And my insurance, I needed insurance.
Mm-hmm.
SAG now, SAG AFTRA. Now I'm both. They provide that. They provide everything. If somebody's playing with my check, there was one time I didn't get a check. I did a Netflix movie, and I didn't get a check. This was years ago. I didn't get a check for a long time that last week. And I was like, wonder what's happening. SAG ended up calling, and they had to pay me every day until that day. So they were able to get me my check. So all of that was included in that check.
Nice.
I just have protection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm SAG eligible, and because I'm now directing and producing, I have been told, per suggestions from different people, to get my weight up as far as getting more projects out there, because of course once you go SAG, all of your actors, everything needs to stay on the SAG level. And because I'm newer to the game as far as writing and directing and producing, I still want to be able to use non-union writers, I mean not writers, but actors and different things, to build up my portfolio. What's your opinion about that?
Well, living in Georgia, because it's a right to work state, I joined SAG in LA.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it's good for you to get weight and get your chops up for you to join personally.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be a bad thing to do.
Okay.
Because Atlanta is so different.
Mm-hmm.
We're right to work. They don't really have a lot of the union things that you get. LA, everything's union.
Right.
Like
right.
I'm auditioning, I walk in the room, there's Gabrielle Union, there's, a Regina King, there all the girls that look like me, my height, that's how it is. Now, on another level, when you are producing your own projects, it doesn't matter, because now we have different ways to have SAG projects. Usually your film or your TV pilot, whatever you're doing, would just be SAG, and it's on scale, and you have to use all SAG actors. You don't have to do that anymore. You can have some non-union actors in with your SAG actors. You don't have to have only SAG actors. And you can do ultra low. You can do low. You can do SAG, so it's different ways now that since COVID, that has opened a lot of doors for a lot of people.
Okay. Well, good advice, because I have been toggling with that. And I've been seriously considering joining, but I've also had other producers and directors that's like, yeah, you're just now starting out directing. You don't want to do that yet. And I'm like, so good advice. Very, very good advice.
Yeah, well,
So,
good. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So what inspired you to pursue your career in this industry of arts?
That was crazy. So it's really short story, because it could be a long story. It's going to be real short. My god sister name is Mari Morrow. A lot of people know her. She's been in the business for years. She was Bill Bellamy's how to be a player, the Players Club, how to be a player. Because the Player Club, at least right then, that's how to be a player. How to be a player. She was the love interest. She was in that with him, and she's done Young and the Restless, all this stuff. She pops up. We grew up together. Our mothers, we even lived together at a time in Miami, and she popped up to the house. I was grown. She was grown. She just came, knocked on the door. Do I still live here? I opened the door. It was crazy. And we just started screaming and hugging. And once we recognized, who was who, and she began to talk to me about the industry. And I knew her face from the soap operas. So when she told me who she was, that our parents, and then when she came in the house and my mom and everybody screamed, I was like, oh, so this was my sister that we call sisters. So she invited me to come out to LA. I eventually then talked to my husband. We sold our house. We sold our home, and we just took a chance and went out. And as soon as I got off the plane, she already had me signed up for different classes and things like that. Jumped right in, full force, never stopped.
That's good. That's actually a really cool story too.
Never stopped.
Wow. Okay. I mean, transitioning to LA, we was going to, because my kids have been SAG since they were 7 years old, and they're now 20 and 21.
Wow.
And we was going to move up to LA. We had considered moving up to LA for some pilot seasons and everything.
Oh, yeah.
LA is expensive. So, going from Miami or Atlanta, where the houses, the prices are totally different than when you go to LA. You can get a huge house in Atlanta. You go to LA, you in this little small one bed. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Jesus. So for you guys to bet on yourself like that and move, like literally move, that's big. That's a big commitment.
The mentality, the mentality of the people in LA is a little different. So people think LA is so expensive. They keep hearing that, but I'm going to tell you from living there for 10 years, and I would move back today if I could. LA is no different than Atlanta in pay. What you make on your check in Atlanta gives you the opportunity to live like this in Atlanta. What you make in your check in LA gives you the opportunity to afford LA.
That makes sense.
It's just that simple. So people constantly scaring people. Y'all stop listening to these people, because it is not true. My son is 34 years old. He left University of Miami, went straight to LA, never came back, never calls me and his dad. We beg him, can we give you something? Can we send you something? No, he's 34. And now my 18-year-old graduated last night. He's headed out there. So I'm about to make some calls and do some things. So it's just a different, and house size is not important to us mainly, even though I have a huge house here in Atlanta and Gwinnett County. It's not really, mostly you're outside in LA. It's all about the city. It's all about the events and the traveling and it's just totally different thinking.
Right.
Oh, I want a huge house with 3-4 bedrooms for my family. No, it's like, give me a nice house in LA. I'm good.
I understand that, definitely. Well, thanks for clearing that up too, because a lot of people do scare people, and they talk about how expensive it is. And when I would go up there and visit people, they're like, yeah, I can't afford to get this house because, all these houses are $1 million and it's just a 3-bedroom. I'm like, why are you paying $1 million for a 3-bedroom? That's it. It's only
now they are expensive though. They are expensive. That's no joke. They're telling the truth. But what do you do for work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. All those jobs out there. I moved out there. I did not have a job. I was just doing the acting. So I said I would take a temp job. My temp job was almost $30 an hour.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all about that. But I love acting. I moved out there for it. And I'm so glad that I trained up under Bill Dukes and Chip Fields.
That's wonderful. So what has been the most challenging part of your career?
I would say moving from LA to Atlanta to a right to work state
Oh, okay.
that doesn't really, um, what word do I want to use? It doesn't really look out for us SAG actors.
Mm.
So in LA, I was getting a check every 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
3 days, I'm sorry, every Wednesday. I would open my mailbox and here's a check because
Mm.
I've worked on something. So here, I have not been able to do that at all. So I started writing and producing, and that's how my baby London and Bridges became. And plus, I'm going through menopause, so I wanted to open up and speak on that, and I wanted to do it in a comedy way. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've had a challenge with even auditioning. It's like my resume, honest to be honest, I'm gonna be transparent. My resume doesn't hold weight here compared to someone that is even non-union, and that's sad to say.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
if I go back to LA to work and then bring my check back, or if I was Jada Pickett, Will Smith, the big name
Right.
actors,
Right.
some people from here would hire them from there, and then they would come back and work in Atlanta, but live in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they don't live here in
Right.
Atlanta.
Right.
So, and we moved here for my son. He went to school, and we wanted to be close, or I would still be there. But I'm good. I'm good.
So you was just talking a little bit about your new TV palette, London and Bridges.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that? I know that you are the lead actor, you produced it and everything. I definitely want to dive in. So give us a synopsis of what your TV palette is about.
Okay, London and Bridges is about, I'm London. So London is going through some bridges. So that's where the bridges came through. All the things that London has had to go through during her life. Some of
Mm-hmm.
it is fiction, you know. So some of it is real, some of it is not. The part with the London having menopause, the fan, and all that's real. Now the fan is not, because different women go through menopause different ways. Some people have hot flashes. I've been fortunate not to have those. But I do have all the other, the hair thinning, the having to get the cortisone shots in your head so that it can come back fuller. So
Oh
I
wow.
just decided to start over. I just told my husband that that's just cut it. He was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah," because I just wanted to come back fuller. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm going through something in my life where I'm feeling like, oh, I'm just so free. Um, there was a time when I would only just wear weave forever,
Mm-hmm.
just to wear it. Had hair, wasn't the problem. It's just we're with these wigs and these weaves. So I did it constantly. Nothing wrong with it, because I would still wear it from time to time on different red carpets or things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
for women with menopause, I was trying to make a statement, a bold one, because I know what they're going through. And
Mm-hmm.
right now, I'm becoming an advocate and the new face of menopause with so many companies that I'm partnering with.
Mm. Okay.
So CBD drops under your tongue, helps your anxiety. You just calm down. All of that, dry. Some women go through dryness of their vagina. It's painful sex. All of that good stuff. It's not good, but all of that.
Mm-hmm.
All of that I want to tackle in London and Bridges in a comedic way. While they're crying at home, I want them to be laughing
Mm-hmm.
at
Mm-hmm.
themselves and be like, London is crazy. Oh my gosh, she really did that. You know what I mean? She got the dildos in there. Lord God, what is she doing? She lubing up with the wrong stuff, all kind of stuff. So London had relationship issues in there. I don't in real life, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happily married to an amazing man that produces a lot of my stuff with me. We have three kids that very supportive. All of us are in the entertainment industry except for the 16-year-old. He's in sports.
That's wonderful. It's always great to have a supportive system. I have the exact same thing at my house, from
I
my
know
kids
you
to my
do.
children. I mean, to my husband. Everybody is super supportive, and we're doing the same thing, but we all have our own other things as well. But it is a good feeling knowing that somebody got your back, for
Yes, and
sure.
that's why I wanted to meet you. And just this sisterhood, this sister love, that we're gonna keep going, and not just, oh, I did an interview and I don't know. We both are married women with amazing husbands that are supporting us, strong women,
Right.
not being intimidated by it at all. Baby, what I need to do, like he'll tell me on the red carpet the other day, he's like, they wanted to talk to me, so I just hold her purse. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
don't tell them people that. And he was like, I'm just here. I just hold. No, you do way more than that. If I need him to edit, he will edit.
Right. Right.
So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Terrence is definitely. I don't need to hire no PR because he gonna get it done, man.
See, I had to hire one because my husband's he's quiet to a sense where that
Yeah.
is concerned. You know what I mean? But my cast, God bless me with that cast. I've done projects before where I put it on Actors Access, went to the agents, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
I took a chance. All of my actors are new actors. I took
Mm-hmm.
an amazing chance. They are social media celebrities, as you would call it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of them is a social media celebrity as well as a singer. She has 4 songs on, now 4. She just got the 4th one on All of Queen's Men.
Nice.
Yeah, so I took such a big chance not going that way of just getting total actors.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got 2 actors. My Nigerian girl has won all these awards. Oh my God, ridiculous. She's a true actor. And the one that plays my ex-husband, Joseph Gatsby, and Bridget John. And those are, and Terrence, my love entrance, my Latino love entrance. Those 3 have been taking classes constantly, acting. But the other ones came and they tore it down.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you they tore it down, they brought it. And in the screening, people were like, wow, and all of them, like all of y'all. And I was like, I had to go vulnerable. London had some moments where it almost brought tears to my eyes, and the closed set of my bedroom scene, where London is picking out her wigs. And once she picks out her wigs, she looks in the mirror because she's just going to work, opening her boutique. So she picks out the wig and she going to get dressed, but she passes by the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And that she doesn't have on her wig. She just woke up. So it was total natural. I was very vulnerable. For the first time ever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's something. We're meeting now with NBC and different people. So we are just asking God to give us the right deal to
Mm-hmm.
do all of the episodes. So that's why we don't show it right now, because it's going to be redone,
Mm-hmm.
as well as the other 5, 6, 7, however many episodes they would like, what I'm pitching for.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Well, I definitely wish you the best of luck
Thank
with
you.
getting it on a station, that you want to be on.
Yeah,
I'm currently going through that right now. I have, you know,
really.
yeah, as you know, I just did my very first premiere of my first film ever, my feature film,
Yeah.
and I have 6 distribution offers, and that's cool, but I gotta make sure it's the right offer.
Let
So,
me tell you something. You better, because I got so many distribution offers. I can put it on Amazon and all that right now. Like, that's not
mhm,
a problem for me. I've done it before.
mhm,
But that was on viewership. I don't want viewership. We need a check. We need some. My actors need to be paid. I need to be paid. We need to get these other episodes out. We need location.
right,
So people need to understand, just putting your stuff, people call you and be like, oh, distribution deal. I'm going to have you on Amazon or this one or Tubi or whatever. That's fine for if you're a beginner and you just
mhm,
want to get your stuff. But when you're at the state I've been in, for 31 years, and now, like where you at, we got to get paid. I'm sorry.
Well,
It is a career.
yeah, I will say this though. We are on we are at two different stages because this is my first film and
Okay.
you've been in the industry. I come from the music world.
That's
So
right.
I've been in the music industry for over 25 plus years.
Yeah.
But the filming industry has just been since 2021. So we're not on the same level yet with
No,
that.
but you still, I like to share my experiences with people so they don't have to go through what I went through.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's my message to you. We might not be, I might have all this experience on TV and film, and I came from the music industry first, singing
Hmm.
background for Kirk Franklin and just everybody. But went into acting. But my thing is, I'm sharing this so you pay attention and you kind of, when you doing your thing, because you're a powerhouse all by yourself. I've seen you. I've seen a little bit of your footage. I couldn't make it because I was, preparing for mine. But I think you just gotta think a little, you gotta think somewhat big, because you,
Absolutely.
you don't want to just put your project out there and not get anything. Okay, if you do the viewership, say I want to try this the first time, let me go ahead and do my viewership. Okay, what can I get with my viewership?
Hmm.
Can I get this up front at least?
Hmm.
So that, we can have this conversation, me and you, on another time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I would like to talk to you about that, because now I'm dabbing into the pitching. I'm all about producing, but this pitching return of investments, all this stuff, that's on another level.
That is definitely on another level.
So, but you'll be fine. You're amazing. You'll be fine.
Thank you. When you was casting your actors,
Hmm.
what particularly were you looking for with your roles? Because you had mentioned that some of them had not done acting before.
Yes. So for Joseph Gaspy, which was my ex-husband in London and Bridges, I went to Actors Access so
Okay.
that they can send it out to all the agents. I did do that.
Hmm.
And I auditioned a bunch of African. I wanted my Nigerian strong men. Anywhere in Africa, but the Nigerians, boy, they brought it. They came out the woodworks. I was like, where y'all coming from? And I wanted London in real life. I love that accent. My husband knows it already. And I wanted that. That's the real sexy to me. So when they speak to me with that accent, I was like, oh my God, my husband be like, sit down somewhere, you know. But I wanted that for my ex-husband.
Hmm.
With Terrence Anthony, that's his name. He's amazing. Oh my God. He moved here from New York. I met him in the mall. And I thought he was a model. If you see him, you know he's a model. But he's
Hmm.
an actor trained from New York. And he just blew me away with, when he first auditioned, it was like over him and Joseph, the Nigerian, that it was over. He was my love interest. And Bridget, I've known because I've worked with her before. This is our first time actually doing a project like this together. And I told her, once I write something or do something with my writing team, I was only one writer, that she would be a part of it. And I wanted to keep my word for that.
Hmm.
So, and she had all these awards. She's known in Nigeria. She's like best actress over there and this and that.
Hmm.
So she came in as Life. And the name Life came to me for her when I woke up one night to go to the bathroom. I just woke up out of my sleep and it said Life. Bridget's name, Bridget John, is going to be Life. So that's how she came as London's high school or college friend, I think it was. The other actors, I wanted funny,
Hmm.
a lot of comedy, and those YouTube and IG celebrities, social media celebrities, they bring it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They bring it. And I was like, I just picked each and every one of them. And Kelly Kills, Sheree Laree, the one that she was actually pregnant, and she was so tiny that the wardrobe that we put on her, you couldn't even tell. Chiquita, all of these actors, and who am I forgetting? Lord, I don't want to forget nobody. Bridget, I think that's everybody. Kelly Kells, everybody, Chi Chi, all of us. It was just amazing, and I picked my crew the same way, very delicately, because I'm a praying woman of God. Um, I want the right atmosphere around me with my cast as well as my crew.
Right.
If one of us are getting aggravated during production, because it happens, I want to stop and be able to say, let's pray real quick. Or somebody to pull somebody over and say, let's pray real quick, because that'll just shut it all down.
Yeah. How do you handle on set creative differences?
Well, I haven't been, have I had to do that? I don't think because now I always get a production manager.
Okay.
So the one I got, Dr. Renee Lovejoy,
Don't
baby.
play.
Lord, and she tall as ever, and she got this walk like I'm coming through. So we had a situation, I won't say no names, at the table read, where one of the actors showed up and was like not in a good mood. So that atmosphere came into the room immediately. She saw it. She was sitting there quietly just doing her stuff, and she saw it or felt it or something. She's also a counselor in real life.
Okay.
She got up. Can I speak to you outside? That was it. Came back. Everything was fine.
That's good.
So when you get a production manager, you get a strong one.
Right.
One that can carry the weight. So you as a producer, and you acted in yours as well, it will help us so much. It relieved me from other projects I've done. It just made me feel no anxiety, even though I had my gummies on set and stuff, my CBD, y'all, CBD. I had that on set because I know from menopause, anxiety and all that, it helped. But a good production manager, she will shut it down every time. I don't have to do it anymore because it was
Yeah. With this being my first, I put on a lot of hats, and I definitely had to learn that there are, a lot of different personalities and different things that I had to maneuver around. And, it was definitely something, but eventually I'll get to a point where I don't have to wear as many hats. But on my first one, I actually was glad that I did, because I learned so much from it. And
I've been there.
Yeah, I now know how to do the certain things, so that when I hire again and I have someone else do it, I will know exactly what I'm telling them, because I think it is important all aspects of your own business. So yeah.
You can't just be an actor nowadays.
Yeah.
You got to be an actor and a producer. You got to know your cameras. That's my next thing. I don't really care to know the cameras, but having the right production manager that knows cameras and can say, when she worked on HBO, or I did another project, I was a producer for somebody in LA. I learned from that, because this girl came in, she had worked with HBO and all these people. And when she began to hire the crew for me, because I was the producer, but she was, what was her title? Like a project manager. She came in, honey, and oh my God, I don't care the budget, the things we had to rent, the cameras. She was like, wait a minute. So if you're using this camera, will we have to buy a lens too? Or can you get this camera that comes with this lens that'll bring the girl? I was like, I said, girl, we gonna talk.
Yeah.
I was very, very happy to be able to choose the right. But I've been where you are. I've worn all those hats. I said no more. I did that in like 3 or 4 projects. And now I'm like, when I bring the crew in, the producer in, actually the producer should be able to do all of that and the project
Mm-hmm.
manager together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we know that your film is being pitched. I'm sorry, your TV show is being
TV show.
pitched.
Yes.
So we don't have an exact date yet, but I'm sure that you will let everybody know when it's going to be coming out and we'll announce it.
Yes.
Outside of that project, any other upcoming projects that you're working on, or is this your main focus right now?
This is my main focus, but menopause has become a big focus. On October 18th, I'm going to do a huge day for women
Mm,
with menopause. And I would like for those women to be on we're going to open a list up because they're going to get some goodies. When I say some goodies, I'm partnering with several companies, and that's going to be awesome for that. But back to London and Bridges, I am going to give you all that information as soon as I get it. Strange Fruit, another project that I just produced with the House of Deborah James in Los Angeles. They flew out here. I booked a cotton field in Athens, Georgia. It is a hip opera.
okay.
So it is a hip opera, House of Deborah James. Deborah is truly amazing to work with. She was the EP on it and brought me in as the Atlanta producer. And when I got on the phone with her and interviewed with her and the project manager twice, it was like we just became a trinity. It was just crazy. Even to this day, we
Mm-hmm.
just had the premiere in LA. I wasn't able to go because I'm doing mine at the same time. But that project, um, it's going to be amazing. She's doing it different. I've never seen a project done like this, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad I'm a part of it. She shot a scene here, then she shot a wedding scene in LA. She showed it at the premiere, but it's not completely completed yet.
Mm,
But we spent a grip
mm,
here in Georgia
mm.
on this project. On this one scene, we spent over 20, 30,000
Jeez.
on this one scene. This is a
Mm,
hip opera about slavery and going back into time. Your lover that you want to marry is Caucasian and you're African American. She gets sent back in time, the girl, and it's all kind of stuff happens there, and they start dancing on the ancestors in the cotton field.
mm.
So I produced the Atlanta team,
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
so that'll be
Very
coming out.
good.
Keep you guys
Okay.
posted on that too.
Okay. Well, how can people get in contact with you?
Everything is Jacqueline P. Hilton, Jacqueline Posey Hilton, or actor Jacqueline Hilton on IG. Everything, anytime you want to find me, it's just my name. I'm not doing anything different. I do have a menopause page now called Me No Pause that I'm putting up. And that's like menopause won't stop you, ladies. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be able to look at London and laugh and be like, I didn't even know that existed. I didn't know I could get cortisone shots in my head and my hair grow. I didn't know that I could go get a pellet, injected into me, a plant-based that's not synthetic, that won't go through my liver. It's a vitamin that will go around. It's so much fun involved in this, London and Britain.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going through premenopause because, like, for like 2 or 3 months, I'm not having it now. I had to be under the fan and literally put the fan on me. I was so hot, and I was like, I don't know what is going on. And
Yeah,
it happened for a good 2, 3 months. I mean, every single day,
yeah,
I was burning up, and I'm like, and it really was mostly at nighttime, and I couldn't understand
exactly.
it. But
Exactly.
I think that was premenopause because I don't have it anymore, so I don't know what's going on. But it
Yeah.
was it was serious. It was
Just
serious.
have your just have your hormones checked. And for my event on October 18th, which is Menopause Day, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to have a doctor that I've partnered with. She's
Mm-hmm.
going to be there. Some other doctors might be there just to do free hormone checks, because people don't know. I don't have hot flashes. I woke up like that before,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm premenopausal now. So the hot flashes is not just it. That'll go away, but you still have menopause
Mm-hmm.
because other things are going to start happening.
Mm. Oh man. Oh
So
man.
hopefully, hopefully not.
Right,
Hopefully,
got to get ready for it. Jeez.
yeah.
Well, I would like to thank you so much for being a part of the show. I have learned so much. I'm looking forward to when London and Bridges comes out. I
Oh,
definitely think a lot of people will be tuned into this because I haven't seen a show that really really talks about menopause or goes into everything that women deal with and then puts a spin on it and makes it funny and everything. I don't think I've seen any menopausal. So I think this will blow.
yeah. I'm excited. I'm very excited. We're all praying over it. My team prays over it. I have us on a group email, and I'll say who wants to jump on a prayer call, and we'll jump on the call from wherever they are. You want to jump in and pray, jump out, jump in, because I'm praying for protection
Mhm,
over the project. There's
mhm,
people that are not so nice in the industry
of
that
course.
lurk to grab your ideas and your things. And if God's got you, he's got you, but you
Mhm.
got to make sure you know he's got you.
Right, right, right.
So yeah, we're all excited about London and Bridges and what's about to happen with all these episodes that I'm asking God for.
And God is going to give it to you because I believe you have a direct connection to Him. So,
Yes, yes, yes. Yes,
well,
God.
right. With that being said, everybody, we are out of here. We will talk to you guys later.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.